Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Tings, and I'm your host, Boogie down Bronx, and I'm here to take care of the Gemini. Gemini, if you're new to the channel, welcome. This reading can resonate for you if you have Gemini as a sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, or south node sign. Quick shout out to my shirt. I got a big Virgo shirt on. I don't have a big Gemini shirt yet. I can probably make one though. I make these different shirts. I design them myself. That's what I got my degree in college, believe it or not, design. But yeah, I designed this shirt. Go check out the Etsy shop. Link is in the description box down below if you want to see that or see my merch that I have on here. And I think that's all I really need to shout out today. Also, Geminis, y'all really don't rock with my readings like that. Like Gemini, I don't know. Like you guys, the views on these videos are like so low. I don't know like if they're shadow banned for some reason on my page, but a lot of you guys say you don't see my readings or you're like, you never post for us, but I do. When I post at the beginning of the month, you guys say you don't see it. If I post at the end of the month, you guys are like, you don't post any content for us. So I'm sorry that that's happening if it's like some reason shadow banning the videos, but Geminis, I'm doing your reading today, so check it out. I do all the signs in random orders. I don't like pick which signs I'm going to do every month besides the first season's reading. So next will be Taurus will be first for Taurus season, then you will be first for Gemini season, okay? So rock with me, y'all. Get these views up on the Gemini videos. Share them. Make sure you're subscribed. All that good stuff. Now, let's get into the blunt truth you need to hear right now for yourself, Gemini. Oh. You have ask for more. You deserve it. And then you have it'll break your heart. Okay. What is it'll break your heart in regards to for Gemini? What'll it'll break your heart be in regards to for Gemini? Settling for mediocrity. Well, there you go. That third party person. What's going on, Gemini? This is crazy. Okay, so I'm going to put that right there for a second. I'm going to pull from the shadow work deck and see what's hidden from you or what you need to work on with your shadow work for that Seven of Pentacles in reverse for April. So let's see what it says for the Seven of Pentacles here in this deck. I love this deck so much. So you have, for the Seven of Pentacles in this deck, it says, and it's in reverse, by the way, time to consider how you will invest in your success. Put resources back into what is already successful or start a new venture. Reverse, wastefulness and limited success. Okay. So for many of you, when it comes down to a certain business or a certain relationship or a certain situation in your life, Spirit is saying that when you ask for more, because maybe you're having a hard time asking for more, or you're like, nah, this is the time I need to ask for more money, more attention, more love, whatever it is. It says that it'll break your heart for some reason because it'll reveal to you that what you're asking for is too much for this particular situation, which means that you've been wasting your time, right? Or it means that this person is not able to give you all you deserve. This situation is not able to meet your needs. And it reveals to you that you have been settling in it, okay? Third party person, a third party can reveal this to you, whether it's like maybe somebody shows that they have been giving their attention to somebody else, or there's another person involved that brings it to your attention. Final verdict, choose wisely. But it says that you are settling and it is going to hurt you that you have to walk away, or that, you know, this situation is not going to be able to give you what it is that you need. Where is that deck at? Sorry, Gemini. My cards had been stolen. My mom was using them. But anyways, let's get into this. Let's see, where do you need to, Geminis, ask for more, or where are you potentially settling in your life right now? Where is Gemini settling right now? Or where do they need to ask for more? Unrequited or unbalanced? There's something here that's not balanced right now. Most likely in love. I'm picking up love strongly. Where is Gemini settling? or they need to ask for more. You have not the right time. Change. Where's Gemini settling for mediocrity? Or where do they need to ask for more? Whoa. That was too many. Where's Gemini settling, or where do they need to ask for more? Entrepreneurship, water sign, liar. Ooh. Where's Gemini settling, or they need to ask for more? You have ex or past love. You could be settling if you are somebody who returns back to like a past love, or you continue to entertain the past, or you entertain people that are like your past. You know, with this ex or past love, you have interview, entrepreneurship. This is a little bit similar to what I was telling Leos yesterday. Asking for more of what you deserve, or speaking up about something. So you could have Leo placements as well. If you do, then this definitely resonates for you. But maybe when you go into a new job or interview, asking for more, or like a lot of the situations in your life, you're going to be reflecting on how you have essentially settled, or you have not spoken up about what you want, what you need. Therefore, it's like you never get it. And then you end up upset or hurt because it doesn't come to fruition. So it can go either way for you, Gemini. Like it can go on either side of the spectrum. Either one, you don't go for the opportunities that you want, or you kind of go with the flow and you let other people decide for you what it is that you're going to get, and then you end up upset or hurt. Or you're going into this situation now where you ask for more and you're not able to get it from your current situation, so therefore you have to abandon it and go find something that's better for you. Okay, so there's all those possibilities. Could be with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. You have liars. Some of you, either you've been lying to yourself about how fulfilling this situation is, or this person, this job, this circumstance, or the other person has lied to you, where it's like they promised you different things, but they never acted upon them. They never like showed you that they're able to fulfill that for you. So there's a lot of different ways this can play out. This is a very unique reading. I don't think I've ever done a reading like this for you guys before. Why does my screen look so dark? I don't know. Okay, that's better. What is the advice for Geminis? This is a very interesting reading. What is the advice in regards to this situation? Test or lesson? Fling. Temptation. Friendships. All right, so this is a test for you, Gemini. Still angry or hurt? There is a test coming up to see if you are going to settle, or are you going to go for what it is that you really want this time around? Very similar to what I was just telling Leo yesterday. The truth will come out. There's someone better. Bam, right at the bottom. Fire sign. Could be going for a fire sign instead of a water sign for some of you, for some. So Geminis, yes, there is a situation in your life where you'll be tested, or you are in these karmic cycles where you keep ending up in the same situation over and over and over, where you're like, I'm not happy how it turned out. I'm not happy how this relationship turned out. I'm not happy how this move turned out, how this new job turned out. And it has to do with a lot of you not being very honest with yourself about what it is you want moving into this relationship or this circumstance, or you settling and like you just getting the breadcrumbs of what it has to offer you, you not speaking up about it, you going along with it, you essentially making yourself comfortable with whatever is given to you, instead of being like, nah, this is what I want. Going into it very straightforward, like manifestor and manifesting generators. You guys need to be very straightforward, forthcoming about what it is you want in every single situation. You're like, as soon as you notice it's starting to fall off, be like, nah, this is what I need. This is what I want from this, etc. For projectors, I think of you guys a lot, because a lot of you, you take that waiting to be invited to the most literal of extents sometimes. And yes, you are meant to get invited into relationship dynamics, but you are not meant to let other people decide what you want, right? Just because the waiting period for an invitation for a projector is so you can like wholeheartedly figure out what it is that you want from a job, a relationship, a living situation, whatever it is. Not for you to like not think about it. And then when an invitation comes, you're like, oh my God, I'm invited. And then you just go with whatever they want. No, you're meant to be very clear on what it is you want. And then when invitations come, you can see if those are in alignment with you. So I think a lot of you get confused about that. Okay. Generator Gemini is waiting to respond. A lot of you can be very excited about a person or a circumstance, and it doesn't mean that it's meant for you. That's the crazy thing about being a generator. It's really hard because you can be excited, but it doesn't mean that it's right. It doesn't mean that it has everything you want and need. So, don't get confused with your excitement. It still has to be some logic behind that and make sure it's tangible for you. And then reflectors, a lot of you have been waiting around for a lot. You've been waiting to see if your circumstances would change, a person would change, if you'd get more fulfillment from it. And a lot of you, it's just not happening. It's not happening. No matter how long you've waited, a lot of you have waited way too long for this situation. And there's going to be a test, especially with Mercury retrograde coming back up for all of you types. There's going to be a test to see if you're going to go for the mediocrity thing that you've gone for in the past, or you're going to like let this fling kind of steer you in the wrong direction, or you let your temptations win. And you then end up in unbalanced situations here. You have, they won't reach out, and then you have still angry or hurt. Some of you are still upset about a situation where I'm getting that some of you, like, if this is a situation where somebody left you for somebody else, you're upset about it because you're like, why were they able to give somebody else something, but not me? Some of you are dealing with like a narcissist energy where they love bombed you or they promised you the world and then they just discarded you and they went to somebody else. And so they're going to do the same thing to everybody over and over and over and over. But Spirit is saying that there's someone better at the bottom, or you found out that they were, my spray. They were using you and you're still hurt about it. Okay. And so it's like, maybe you want to go back to that to soothe your ego or your hurt feelings, but you don't need to do that. That is a test. If this person does come back towards you, Geminis, please don't be naive. If you get offered a situation, please don't be naive. Geminis, a lot of you need to learn to make sure that actions and words align. That was a big mistake that I was making in my love life, especially, where I would fall for people's words and I'd be like, oh my gosh, they're promising me all these things and they're saying all the right things. And, mercurial energy, Virgo and Gemini, we're very like auditory and we love words, and we get caught up in people's minds and like little quirky things, but they don't show up and show out for us. So if you find yourself getting disappointed over and over and over by circumstances and situations, pay attention to if you're falling for just words and there's no real actions behind it, or you go into situations not really sure what you want, very indecisive, or very just like fluid, where you're not being very honest with yourself about what you want, or you're not taking enough time to decide what it is that you want. And therefore you end up hurt every time because you're like, I'm gonna just wing it. No, sometimes you need to like really sit down and be like, okay, this is what I really want. And I'm not going to settle for something else because it's like I'm bored, or I'm just want some attention. I want something right now. Like, get out of the habit of going for those meantime things. Okay. Meantime connections, meantime jobs, and really just wait for what it is that you want. Okay. Because it can be a waste of time. So what is coming towards Gemini right now in April? Tell me more about what this circumstances involve for Gemini. What do these circumstances involve for Gemini? 7 of Pentacles is here again. You have 7. A lot of you just 7 of Swords. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time on things that like these things, that little things that don't matter. What is the 7 of Swords here for Gemini? Who is the 7 of Swords, or what is the 7 of Swords? Some type of truth is revealed though. Why is the 7 of Swords here? But it really depends on if you're able to like observe yourself and understand what it is that you're worth and what you deserve. Could be disconnecting from a Capricorn for some of you. possibly an Aquarius as well, because you have Devil card reverse. But I see you getting more clear. Ace of Swords, getting more clear. Pisces energy here. You could be disconnecting from a Pisces even. We're cutting off a Pisces. Moon card in reverse. You're seeing things much, much, much more clearly, especially after this retrograde period is over, where you have been deceiving yourself or somebody has been deceiving you, where they're promising you these different things and you have been wasting your time. Seven of Pentacles. They've been promising you this raise, this promotion for months, for years, and you have not gotten it. Or somebody promising you or like telling you that things are going to change, things are going to get better. And you're like holding on to that. But in your heart, it's already ended. But you're like wondering, should I walk away? Should I give up on this? A lot of you Geminis right now, you're like still pining over, like, should I give up on this? Because you're thinking that it's going to change eventually. But I'm here to tell you, unfortunately, it's not. Unfortunately, it's not. And that's where it'll break your heart comes in. It's going to hurt you that, unfortunately, you have to let go of that idea or that fantasy that the person, the situation, the circumstances will change. And your bad habit may be sticking around too long or going back to situations to see if they will have changed eventually, but they have not. All right. So that's where we're at with that. A lot of you need to let go of that. It's not changing. They're not going to change. Okay. What is it to, I can't even think. Surrender for Gemini. Surrender worry. Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that Spirit is guiding you always. Give yourself over completely to prayer. When you pray from your heart, you'll be heard throughout the universe and answers and support will arrive. So let's get one little last bit of advice. Five of Cups for Gemini. Five of Cups, the Empress. Strong Taurus energy. Some of you have Taurus placements or you will be connecting with Taurus. You know, hold on one second. All right. So many of you, Ace of Pentacles. It is perfectly fine. It is perfectly normal to be disappointed, right? Like I said, a lot of you are going into this season, this next phase of your life where you are facing disappointment because you realize that you've been wasting your time on certain people, certain things that are not promising you, the success, the love, the abundance that you deserve, or you realize that you have been settling up until this point. And so now you have advice, Temperance, Sagittarius energy. This is your opposite sign. It's telling you to lean into your expansion. All right. A lot of you have just been kind of keeping close to the things that you already know, what's familiar to you, people that are familiar to you. A lot of you need to go beyond your normal realms and like learn about different types of people that you don't normally go for, or going for different jobs that you don't normally go for outside of your normal environment. Because that's something that you're really good at, exploring your options, right? Gemini is all about options and mentally exploring. But for some of you, you do have like these main options that you try to, or you tend to cling to, that you always go back to. And some of you need to, one, maybe explore different types of options, or two, minimize your options. Some of you are just having way too many in your head. You're like, I want this and this and this and this. You need to narrow it down. Be like, okay, I'm going to focus on like at least just two things at a time that I really want. Connecting with your friends, connecting with other people for different hobbies, and things can be very enjoyable while you are trying to figure out what you want. For others of you, it's like you have to be very honest with yourself. You go into these situations like knowing that you don't know what you want. And then you either end up disappointing other people or you end up disappointing yourself because you're like just all over the place and back and forth. So if you don't really know what you want right now, or if you're like, I want everything, or I don't know how to narrow it down, it's Four of Swords. Just focus on yourself. Just rest. Just meditate. Just try to quiet your mind, silence your thoughts. Focus on self-love. You don't have to be jumping into everything. You don't have to always be experimenting with things. Sometimes it's best to just be in our own element and then figure out what we want from there. Ace of Pentacles, but there's going to be a solid new opportunity for you to start on the right foot if you pass that test that I told you all about earlier, where something will tempt you to see if you're going to settle, if you're going to go back to something that you should have given up on already. Let it go. That's why I'm saying final verdict, choose wisely, because you can start a new cycle in your life right now where you get what it is you really want, or you can actually start to move towards figuring out what it is that you really want versus like other people telling you what you want. Or you can go back into that cycle and you're going to be in that for who knows how long, of settling, other people telling you what it is you want, going for those opportunities that are just unfulfilling. And we get stuck there for another 6 months to 5 years. So that's what I have for you, Gemini. Very interesting reading. Like I said, I haven't done one for you like this in so long, or ever, I don't think. Thank you for watching. If this reading resonated for you, please let me know in the comments down below. I got Taurus and Scorpio left, and some special announcements for Scorpio. Well, kind of both of y'all. So just stay tuned and follow me. Other platforms, subscribe to my Patreon. You'll see more of what I'm talking about. I am at Tarot by Bronx on everything.